Welcome to The Dentist Show. Let's jump right in.
Welcome to The Dentist Show.
The Dentist Show.
Another episode. We are just putting those doubters down.
Yeah, we're just laying down tracks, one track at a time.
Yeah. Is that what we do?
Yeah, we're like rappers over here, but for
Pretty much.
dentists.
We are something.
Yeah. This is our own music video.
Yes.
See?
Yeah. With no music or
no
voices. You don't want to hear me sing.
I actually would love that.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No.
Tell you what, if we get
1 million.
I was gonna say 100,000.
Say that way, you want a million. I was like, we got a million followers.
If we get 1 million followers, Dr. Chase Davis, the Dr. Chase Davis, will sing a song live on podcast.
But it's got to be 1 million dentists.
Oh, bummer.
So that's not going to happen.
How are you gonna find 1 million dentists?
But I don't think it exists. I think the United States has like 270,000 or something. I might be pulling that number out.
Million dentists worldwide.
200,000.
Yeah.
Okay, deal.
Okay, 200,000 followers. Song.
Or downloads, I guess.
Downloads, yeah.
I don't know how they do this.
Yeah, how do they do that?
All right.
Anyway.
So in this episode, it's when to fire your hygienist.
Yeah. We're a little worried there might be some backlash from this.
Backlash from hygienists? No, they don't do that.
Yeah.
Hygienists are like just people pleasers.
Yeah. So when is the right time to fire your hygienist, or why do we fire a hygienist? And maybe it's not fire, maybe it's when do we let them go?
What do we let them free?
Yes,
the
when do we set the bird free to fly?
Yeah, because we are 100% not the office for everybody.
Yeah. And you don't want to be.
No, because then your culture is wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, we want to have a tight culture that everyone on our team can align with and identify with. And if they don't align with that or identify with that, then at best, we're just holding them hostage and they want to go do something else. At worst, they're destroying
The culture. Yeah. And so I think sometimes we put this title so you'll click on us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so the point of this discussion is like, what makes a great hygienist?
Yeah.
You know, if you are a hygienist, how can you like exceed your doctors and patients' expectations?
Yeah.
And I don't think they teach you this in hygiene school. They don't teach in dental school. They might teach you like tricks to be like give a more comfortable shot.
Yeah.
And they don't teach you how do you exceed your expectations of your patients, your team,
how do you go above and beyond for your patients and your team members?
Yeah. And so on the doctor's side is how do you encourage the behavior? And then if you've tried everything, it's sometimes let the hygienist go, let them free. They can go make their $80 an hour somewhere else that they supposedly say every hygienist gets in the world.
Yeah. Why do you do this? Is there some beef you got there?
Yeah. There's whoever's going to these Facebook groups and saying, I get paid $80 an hour. Just stop lying. And there's one out of, I don't know how many hygienists we have in Arizona. Let's say 10,000. I don't know. There might be one, and I doubt it. And you might be doing doubles or assisted hygiene. And you're getting paid on the production like a percent. That's cool. Let's be honest with everything.
Yeah, like I get paid $80 an hour, and these are all the things I do.
These are my responsibilities.
Yeah, these are my responsibilities. One of the most wonderful things about going into hygiene is it is a very highly paid career that works really well for many different schedules and many different lifestyles and desires. Like there's plenty of people that work for us that are working 4 to 5 days a week and making a very good career and doing well for themselves because they went to school and they earned. There's those people that want to work 1 or 2 days a week and it fits with our schedule and their schedule, and they get to go home and be a mom on the other days, or hang out with their cats or whatever it may be. Right?
Yeah, it's such a great occupation, and it's usually that career attracts people that care for people, and that's generally the beef that hygienists and dentists get in fights about is the patient care, because everybody wants to take care of them.
Right.
And we have money issues and stuff and debates on that. But most of the time it comes down to like, how do we how we get on the same page of patient care. And that's like, so it attracts those people that really care about people. And thank goodness it doesn't attract people that only care about money, because you could go sell cars. Like, what are you doing as a hygienist? If the only thing you care about money is money, then go do something else that's even, you can make
there's
more
other
money.
There's other ways to make more money.
Way easier ways than cleaning teeth. I mean, or educating patients about their oral health. There's easier ways. So if you got into hygiene for money, I 100% think that you made a wrong decision. Like,
I think you're right.
It's a comfortable career. It's relatively low stress and relatively consistent career where we'll help put patients on your schedule. It's going to be a typically 7 to 8 patients a day schedule. Like it's very consistent. So it's predictable.
Predictable in so many ways. And if you listen to our last episode, you also might get some "did that just happen" moments
you get
too,
some funny
because there's
stories.
real people.
Yeah, hygienists, I think they're probably pretty happy it doesn't happen to them.
Yeah, not as much.
Often.
Yeah,
but yeah, there's just so much goodness that you can provide as a hygienist. And so if you're looking to become a hygienist and it's like my number one priority is to make as much money as possible, I'd probably steer to another career because your cap as a hygienist is only so much.
Right.
But if you really want to become a hygienist because you care about people, you want to treat them, you want to have like these amazing experiences. And like the one thing that drew me to dentistry was I can create these memories and these experiences and relationships with patients and see them grow like
over a lifetime.
So you can see these patients that once were 6 years old and now they're 17, they're going to college. And you also see the other side. I've had patients with me for 12, 13 years and they were like 70 and now they're 83. And you can see the change that happens to them over time. So it's fun that experience is so cool. So that's like something a hygienist can create too, if you want that. Like those are things, if you're looking to become a hygienist, those are things to look at. Does that align with me, or am I just in it for money? And that if it is my money, that's okay. And you might want to look somewhere else. Yeah. Because you won't make as much as a dentist. You'll make more than typically any other team member on the team. Yeah. It's at the same point, like, did you really just get into hygiene school for money? And do you want to make $2 more an hour because you really want to, or do you just want to tell other hygienists like, I make more than you, I'm better than you? Like, what's the point of going to these Facebook groups and telling anybody that $2 more an hour is going to make you so much happier? Yeah, I think that's like a little bit of pride thing there. Yeah. Right. A lot of us like to feel good and be looked up as someone to envy or be proud of or something, above others. Yeah, right? We do the same thing. Yeah. It's like, we all come out and it's like, it's really cool to like show off your things, if you will, or how well you're doing. But there's a way and a place and a time to do those things. And unfortunately, when it comes to like pay, no one, and you said this a couple times, like no one, you may get out of bed because you are like, I want to make money for my family so I can provide for them so we can have a place to live and eat dinner tonight. Right. But once you get to work, being a hygienist is not about the money. Yeah. Very, very few hygienists out there would say that each cleaning they do, they're thinking about the money that they're earning per hour to do it. Yeah, even if you're on a percent of your production income, I really don't think hygienists would ever say like, you need fluoride so I can make $5. Or you need sealants because I want to make $10 more. Or you need SRPs because I want to make $20 more. Like, I don't think that, and I know that does exist. Right, of course. Exists with dentists too. And I think the majority of hygienists are there just to treat their patients as well as they can. They care about them and treat them as best as possible. So that leads us into the conversation. What makes an ideal hygiene? Like if I look, we have like 18 hygienists on our teams. What makes them, what's the ones that are like stand out, and who are the ones that we recently have let go? Yeah. What's the differences there? And maybe we can identify 2 or 3 on each side. Like if you have these 3 attributes, we look at you like, oh, thank goodness we have her. And if you have these 3, it's like, okay, when do we need to replace her? What do you say, like for the ones you love working with, what would be one quality that you'd say like that hygienist has this quality and I love it? For me, the thing that I value the most is a hygienist that's there for like the whole team.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we've all had the hygienist, and we still have some hygienists that are, less desiring to help out, but it's like, I don't do sterile. Yeah. I don't clean up my rooms. I don't do this. I'm too good for that. And so humility, I think humility in their self, and understanding that, yes, I'm smart, I'm capable, I'm hardworking, and I'm no better than anyone else.
Yeah.
Right. This is an opportunity and privilege.
When I used to do the hiring for hygienists, a lot of time I would ask, have you ever played any team sports?
Yeah.
And if they did, it's like, okay, automatically I know you're going to be a team player.
Yeah.
Have you ever been a dental assistant?
Oh yeah.
And they say yes, it's like, okay, you can be a team player. Because the dental assistants know like how they sometimes hygienists treat them, and they're not going to be treated that way. And so those are questions like that the team members get. Like, I don't care how much money. And then same with the doctors that are amazing to me and hygienists, you'll go up and like, my assistants are busy, front's busy. Let me just go turn the room around real quick. Yeah. Let me just go take this to this. Let me go take the lab case for them. Let me go take the trash out. Like, nothing's too good for them, because they're like, we're all a team going to the same point. Yeah. And so that's one question I used to ask. Like, do you play team sports, and are you ever a dental assistant? And that helps identify those. And I have a hygienist now in my mind that's neither of those, and she's still amazing. Right. Because she is humble enough to realize, like, I'm the same level as my assistant and my front desk team. We're the same level, and no one's better than the other one. So that's great. I love that.
Yeah.
That would be my top thing too. The team player.
Yeah. Team player. Humble enough to be a team player.
Yeah.
Might be the
other hygienists that I have that stand out in my mind are the ones, and this goes for dentists too, that I just put them on the same level of like the qualities that really matter. And this is dental assistants too, is do they have the ability to talk to a patient and build a relationship? Or is it like the awkward cleaning where it's just like, am I supposed to look at you in the eyes? Am I like, like awkwardness? Like, just like how close can you get to the patient, and how quickly can you build that relationship? So then they trust you and your opinion, and they know you're not going to lead them astray. So,
I don't know a better way to say it, but it's like, can you be a human with this human that's in your chair? Like be engaging and kind and caring, and build that level of trust, not in a negative salesy way by any means. It's like, can you build rapport with patients?
Yeah. I think that's like, just how do you, those are the attributes that, and not every hygienist has that coming out of school. And I 100% believe everybody can learn that ability to learn to build that relationship with the patient, just to make them at ease, make them feel like, hey, like, she's a human, I'm a human. The best thing I always say is like, just find a few things in common, and now you're the same people. Like, I'm a mom, you're a mom. I'm a dad, you're a dad. I have a dog, you have a dog. I have a dog, you have a cat. We're opposite, but we're the same, Like,
like I love pets.
Yeah, we're both pet people.
Yeah.
Even though dogs and cat people tend to be a little different. Like, except they're different people.
It's like Android versus iPhone right there.
Yeah. It's gonna be oh, those stupid green dots. Just kidding. It doesn't bother me one bit. I don't care at all. People always say funny stuff. I'm like, it doesn't affect me.
I only say it because it's like a funny sound bit.
It's funny.
It's like, there was a time when our team was really small in Spokane, and there was like 6 of us, maybe 5 of us. And I would seriously like interview. And if you had like an Apple Watch, I was like, okay, you're probably okay.
you're part of the squad.
Not because you could afford an Apple Watch. It had nothing to do with that. It just like, okay, you're Apple. So when you join our team and we put you in our group messaging,
it works.
Yeah. We don't have to start a whole new one.
Yeah.
And then the old one still gets used.
Right behind your back. Yeah. This is for the non-Apple user person, the one.
Yeah, the one non-Apple user.
Yeah, and the Chandler doctors, we have one.
Yeah.
That's an Android user. I'm like, that's funny.
And how does that person compare to the rest of the team?
He's actually our least productive.
There you have it. You heard it first right here on the Dentist Show.
That's right. Only hire dentists and hygienists with Apple products.
All honesty, one of our, or a few of our good team members that we really appreciate do have Androids.
And they're all right.
We're trying to convert them. We want to save their soul one phone at a time. Actually, this is not a podcast that is being sponsored by Apple, I'd like to.
No, we're actually going after the Spotify audience, hence the video cast.
Yeah. So
and YouTube, but
So
well, the third thing I was thinking, we'll get back on topic here, is the ability to tell a patient and teach a patient, like, hey, you're a team player.
Yep.
You can build a relationship with the patient.
Yep.
And how do you like prep the patient for the doctor?
Yeah.
Because ultimately the doctor diagnoses, everybody knows this, and we rely so much. Like my hygienist point out everything for me because I'm like, where am I going? And they like this, and this. I'm like, yeah, you nailed every one of those. Like that's perfect. Or sometimes they're like, will you look at that? Yeah, let's just keep an eye on that. But those other two nailed it, And so the ability to just prep the patient for the doctor, so the patient knows like, crap, she found an issue.
Yeah. And so when you come in and you say this is an issue,
it's like it's already been planted, and the patient's like, okay, I trust the hygienist. She built a relationship. Doctor built a relationship with me. Yeah. These guys are good people. I trust them.
It's like the best assist you can get.
Yeah.
It's like an alley-oop in basketball, right?
Yeah.
Like someone tosses that up and you just get to slam dunk it, right?
Yeah. And some of the hygiene team has a hard time because like in Spokane, Chandler, there's 4 or 5 dentists. And so our best hygienists kind of know how each doctor practices and can kind of prep that patient for that doctor. Because although we would love it that every doctor diagnoses exactly the same, they don't. We all have different backgrounds and histories and things. Like I'm an older dentist now. I'm like mid-career, not even mid-career. I've only been out for 12, 13 years. But
he's old in the soul.
So I've seen some things fail that I avoid doing when my younger dentists haven't. And there's older dentists that are even different than I am. Yeah. So it's just like, it's okay. We're all a little different. But a hygienist that's like top notch knows that and helps to prep the patient for the doctor in that relationship building and helping us co-diagnose.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I'll sit down with my hygienist and I'll be like, hey, Bill, anything bothering you? And Bill says, no, everything's great. And then I'm like, so Kelsey, is there any concerns you have after looking in here? Right.
Yeah.
And then usually, like you said, like a really good hygienist will assist you in that. Like when I was in here cleaning for the last 30 minutes, I noticed these things. Yeah. And then you're like, sweet, I've got 5 minutes with this patient. So
5 minutes.
That's awesome.
Good one. Yeah. Yeah. 5 minutes.
Are you laughing because I'm way more than 5 minutes?
No, I'm way less than 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
My exams are like a minute.
Oh,
I might be 5 minutes talking to the patient.
Yeah. That's like, I've got 5 minutes in the room with this patient.
Yeah. They've had 30 minutes in the mouth. Well, technically 20 minutes is like your standard 20 minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes
cleanings, but still like they've touched every tooth and they've touched every surface of the tooth. They have an idea. And sometimes when I go in there, the hygienists have asked me multiple times, will you stop telling them they're doing great? Like, just look at us. Like, so because I go in there, I'm like, wow, things are amazing. It's so clean. And the hygienist like, yeah, that took like 30 minutes.
Yeah, that was me.
Clean. That was all me. They suck at hygiene. And anyways, so that's the 3 top ways to be a top hygienist. What are some things like we recently have let a hygienist go, and what was the reasoning behind that?
Yeah. So, how do I quantify this? Like being a good culture fit and being easy to work with.
Yeah.
Right. Like those are some of the 2 things that like come to my mind. And I like, how do I explain that? It's hard. It's like,
well, here we want everybody to have an opinion.
Yes.
And we'll take it in. And the thing sometimes a younger hygienist doesn't think about is we have been through this multiple times.
Right. And have seen thousands and thousands of patients.
Yeah. Right now we have like 20,000 patients under management, more or less. So we've been through like, we kind of know, like, and we've had like hygienists from all spectrums of life. Mm-hmm. And so when a hygienist comes in, and there's ways to show us your opinion or tell us your opinion, and there's a way to like, it's very rude and inappropriate.
Yeah.
Like I know more than you do. Yeah. That's not like, because I don't say that. No. I would never say that to a hygienist. Like, why? I'm your superior, so listen and do it my way.
Yeah.
And there's a way to go about it where it's like, yeah, that is totally true, and a lot of offices do it that way. And here are the reasons we decided to go this way.
Right.
And both are actually correct. Both are okay. And it's when the buy-in to that system or the criticism to that system is more like, well, how can we improve that? Like, how can we make that even better and get our treatment case acceptance up higher for SRPs than currently is, versus like, this is what the book says. Well, let me show you another book. Yeah. Did you know another book exists? Did you know there's other authors, other research? Do you know there's more than just one research on this topic? Have you ever looked outside that realm of what your hygiene school taught? Yeah. Because there's other ways to think about things that are also correct. And we have decided to go this route because we found patients are more accepting of this route or this X, Y, or Z.
Yeah, based on our experience and other research, it's like this in our hands is the way that it works best.
Yeah, that's what we found the best. And it's okay that you disagree. And it's okay if you have your opinion about it. And it's how you go about that. And then if after we say, okay, let's take it all in. Okay, we've decided we're going to keep doing it this route. Yeah. And you say like, and then you throw a fit about it and tell them how unethical we are or what issues you are. Like, that's just not like how we play the team. And it's okay. You can disagree with us all you want. And those are the ones, like, if you keep disagreeing, it's okay. And I bet another office is going to see the same way you see it. Yeah. And you guys would be a great fit.
Well, and then I think that's it. It's like, obviously it's torture for that hygienist if they're feeling like that they work in a place that they don't agree with or trust, and then it's torture or hard on the rest of the team when you have that one person that's like causing rifts or always being questioning or always assuming the worst in the situation. And so it just is so much more freeing for you as the owner, the rest of your team, and that hygienist, if we can just free them up from the stress of being there.
And that was like a recent one on top of our minds. That's where that went. The other ones that I've let go have been just non-T players. Like the opposite of the top 3 things we love about our top hygienist are like almost the opposite, where it's like,
I'm too good for this.
I don't clean my instruments. I don't do this. I'm way better. You need to train your assistants better because they're not. And we had one that got so upset. There is still blood on my instrument. It was her instrument that she cleaned herself. Yeah. And she blamed and yelled at us. Another assistant thought she did it. And we're like, wait, that was you. And then she felt bad. But I was like, that's 100% not you. And you're blaming the assistant. So those are the ones
maybe lack of ownership then.
And it's just like how you go about it. Like, like how do you treat another person? That's just another person. Like you treat them like you should be treating just like I hope you treat your family well, but treat like your family, not like some stranger that stepped on your toes or something. Or
it's seeing everyone on the team as a helper and not a in the way or works for her or him.
Right? Yeah, and hygienists are such an important part of the team. They are so much. Because did you know I cleaned teeth? I was a hygienist.
You were a hygienist?
I mean, I was a dentist, but
doing hygiene.
I was acting like a hygienist when I first took. I had to let go of my hygienist the first week I took over. Oh, and then I was the hygienist for like a month.
Nice.
And
I feel bad for those
not
patients.
Good. I actually have a few patients that still remember that, and they'll bring it up when they see me, and they still tell me. That was the worst cleaning I've ever had. And I guarantee I have one friend that we're leaving. He's like, wait, dude, you didn't floss my teeth. I'm like, yeah, floss your own freaking teeth. I was just not good at it. And my hygienists now are so wonderful and such a key part of the team.
They really are. They build that rapport. They help that patient get the necessary cleanings they need, and they're the gateway in so many ways to our chair, where we can help them with other things.
Yeah, they're so good. They're just so amazing. We love them so much. We have a bunch of them that are such cool. Some of the single moms in the world are like the most powerful people in my life. And we have some of them. We have lots of moms. We have some dads. We have we have some single females. We have such a cool, like, diverse team of amazing people. Yeah. And that we love them so much. And we're actually so fortunate. Like, all of our hygienists we see right now at this moment have been amazing. Yeah. Like, we had that one bad apple go, but now they're like, oh, so cool. And we're so fortunate in the Spokane, Idaho area where there's not a lot of hygienists. Even in Arizona, there's not a lot. There's more than here than up there. So we're so fortunate to have such wonderful people.
Yeah. And I think the biggest thing is like hire on those 3
Yeah.
top.
And they're
like,
hard to find.
And they're hard to find.
I mean, it's hard to find out at the get-go. And it's just one of those, though, if it would be better if it's not a cultural fit to let that hygienist free and not have hygiene for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Than it would be to keep a hygienist that's a kind of a bad fit.
Yeah. Because it's, I don't know if I said it earlier, it's like it can be like cancer or another disease, if you will, that like once your team catches it's hard to get rid of.
It's hard. And a lot of our hygienists are looked up by the other team members. So they respect their opinions. And if they're so far off, they will cause some bad culture to start to develop, and you might lose some of your key players because of the bad hygienist.
Yeah. Either the key players will leave because they don't want to be around that person anymore, or they'll get the disease, if you will. Yeah. And now that's the way they view the office.
A little bit of a mind virus.
So,
well, that's when to fire your hygienist.
Yeah.
Hopefully never.
Yeah. I mean, you will fire a hygienist.
Yeah.
It's
ultimately, you're in a career long enough.
Yeah, it's almost inevitable that it will happen.
Yeah.
And we wish you the best luck and opportunity with finding the most amazing hygienists that can help you build your office and your career. And
they're out there.
They are out there, and a lot of times it's helping create them too.
Yeah,
right?
We got this. You got this. If we can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
And probably some of our hygienists hate us, and that's okay too. But we keep trying. So if you look below in the show notes, somewhere down there will be a link that you're supposed to click, and that will take you to a PDF you can download. It's free, of the 8 lessons we learned to scale to a $20 million revenue company. We're not even worth $20 million. We do $20 million in revenue.
Yes.
And we hope that will help double, triple, quadruple, or make your practice just a better place to be in. Yeah.
And these 8 lessons are perfect for the $400,000 practice that wants to grow all the way up to the multi-million-dollar practice, right? It's not just for the big practice out there. It'll help you make what you do and where you are the most efficient.
Yeah. And if you have any comments about when to fire or some of the best attributes of your favorite hygienist, please comment below. Like us, do whatever you're supposed to do to the bell thing. And we'll see you next time on episode 7.
Awesome. Hey, thanks for enjoying the Dentist Show with us.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for listening to The Dentist Show. We hope that this episode helped you make smiles about more than teeth. To get more resources to grow as a dentist and to learn more about Chase and Ryan, go to thedentistshow.com or just follow the link in the show notes. If you enjoyed this episode, share with another dentist in your life and help us grow the movement. And be sure to rate and review wherever you're listening.